Newshub can reveal Treasury warned the government it would breach international obligations by suspending proper advice on policy to meet its 100-day goals. The Prime Minister denies he's trampling on democracy.
But as political editor Jenna Lynch reports, Labour's leader is calling the coalition a dictatorship, a word he previously refused to use to describe China's President Xi Jinping.
Riding a blue Nami to power.
Thank you.
And surfing the wave all over the sands of democracy.
You have reached for hope and you have voted for change.
That vote for change is what Christopher Luxon is leaning on to defend his government's record use of parliamentary urgency, skipping steps in the democratic process to pass reforms in time to meet his self-imposed deadline of 100 days.
We are a government that is here to get things done.
Along with putting Parliament in urgency and skipping public input through select committees for some legislation, the government also decided to skip the official advice step, suspending what are known as regulatory impact statements on some 100-day policies. Advice released under the Official Information Act shows Treasury officials warning the urgency of a policy proposal is not in itself sufficient grounds for an exemption from such advice. Luxon denies that's trampling on democracy.
Not at all. What we're doing is where we've had clear positions in opposition and where we've campaigned on policies through the election campaign, we're moving very quickly.
The advice also shows that the government was warned that New Zealand had international obligations, saying specifically under the NZ-UK Free Trade Agreement, New Zealand must endeavour to carry out proportionate impact assessments of proposed major regulatory measures.
I've got no doubt that we have not met those. We have met those obligations. Yep.
For policies that didn't receive adequate advice, Treasury recommended a post-implementation review 1 year after the legislation passes to ensure it meets standards. But Luxon refused to commit to even that today.
Are you committed to a 1 year review of every policy that didn't get proper regulatory advice?
Again, we make no apologies. We got elected with a mandate for change and to getting things done.
Winning an election does not entitle you to act like a dictatorship.
Dictatorship. That's a term Chris Hipkins wouldn't even use for Chinese President Xi Jinping.
That is what this government are doing, ramming law changes through that they did not campaign on.
I make no apologies for getting things done for New Zealanders. I was elected.
Getting things done his way. Jenna Lynch, Newshub.